What's up, guys? It's your boy Zion, and I'm bringing you another Destiny video. This one's to talk about the weekly update. I know I'm a little late, but hey, we got to talk about it anyway because they announced some important type shit. They went ahead and said they were going to do another semi-big update, and they're not sure exactly when it's going to come out. It's going to be before the House of Wolves, though, is what they could say definitely. I'm going to speculate it'll come out in the next coming weeks, probably in like 2 or 3 weeks. But basically, what this update is going to do is it's basically fixing a lot of the complaints, or tentatively fixing, I should say, because they said they were working on a lot of things, but they could not guarantee what would actually make it into this update. So, the first thing they said they were working on was vault space. Now, this is probably the #1 requested thing that they fix in the game. Not the combat, not anything else, the fucking vault space. Because we run out of space for all our shit. This is a game similar to Borderlands. It's a looter shooter in which you get rewarded for having things. So basically you have to collect everything, and if you're like myself, you turn into a little bit of a hoarder. I have exotics I don't even use, but guess what? I want them just because they're exotics. Why not have them all? It's kind of like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all. But they didn't implement enough vault space at the launch of the game, and now that we're getting deeper into the game, most people are working on those final exotics that they have and don't have any vault space. They have to switch things out constantly just to put one gun into the vault. So it's one of those things that it's absolutely needed, absolutely requested, and it was kind of cool because the community's come up with a lot of ideas about it too. They've gone ahead and talked about having mobile vaults, like instead of the cutscenes with your ship, you go ahead and have like a mobile vault where you basically can walk around a ship and check like a mini vault and then have your main one back in the tower. Now there's that idea, or there's since there's 3 different towers in the there's 3 different like pillar columns that are the actual vault in the tower, that they should go ahead and regulate it so you get all the space in one tower. What you would have now for a normal vault, you have that for each tower, and then you separate it. So one tower's armor, one tower's weapons, one tower's supplies and items. So I like both of those ideas. If you made it so, I'd actually prefer the 3 vault system instead of the mobile vault. Even though the mobile vault would be cool, like walk around your ship, see your other characters doing stuff on your ship as like a crew when you're not playing as them. It would add some immersion into the game, especially during those long-ass cutscenes. So if we eliminated them and made it so you could interact on your ship, it'd be fucking awesome. But I actually like the 3 vault idea because I feel like it would give you more space and would work out really well. You wouldn't have to go ahead and raise the space ever again unless you wanted to go ahead and go into dropping a shit ton of exotics and raid gear in the House of Wolves. Now the next change was they went ahead and said they were going to make changes to the Atheon and Crota fight. They had a couple problems they needed to fix in those fights, and they made it very clear that they realized it's glitchy. It means that we might go through a raid perfectly, do everything right, and or right in our aspect of it because it's a random like thing, you have multiple ways to complete it, but they recognize that it's one of those things like in the Crota fight, you do everything right and then you get to the last sword to down him before he enrages and the sword disappears. Things like that where it's just like soul crushing when it happens, that you really just want to break the game at those moments. Like I said, the sword disappearing, oracles proccing after you go ahead and kill them. So things like that are things they definitely need to fix in both the Atheon and Crota raid, and it's awesome to see that they're actually listening. They're actually going to go ahead and fix things and try to fix their old raids. This makes me think that they're also going to implement this as like Kickstarter to the House of Wolves. They're going to go ahead and make those raids relevant again and make it so you can have higher level gear before you get into House of Wolves. So it definitely plays along with the idea that House of Wolves is going to be like level 36 light level, and basically they're going to release a super hard mode for Atheon and Crota and go ahead and make it so you get like level 33 gear for your hunters if you go ahead and do the super hard mode, Crota, and did I say level 33? I want to say it's 34. Sorry guys, I just rolled out of bed. Working night shifts is killing me. But we're going to go ahead and see. I want to say they're going to implement these revitalized raids where you actually have a reason to run the Crota raid. And then for myself, I have all the raid gear. I have helmets, chest, gauntlets, and boots. I have all the raid gear. I have all the hard mode raid weapons. So doing hard mode really doesn't interest me too much. It's just for fun and as a challenge when I have a group of people doing it. But same with Atheon. I have better gear than the Atheon gear, and then I only run Atheon to go ahead and have a chance at exotics. It's one of those catch-22s. Like, if they revitalized these raids, we'd have a reason to actually run them. So those are the two big changes. For someone like myself, I like playing with the game audio off. I love the special effects in the game, love the gun sounds. They all sound fucking awesome. But it's one of those things where, as much as I like to hear the gun sounds and go ahead and talk to you guys, and you guys hear me shooting in the background going pow, they don't have any options to go ahead and let me do that, because then I have to listen to their awesome fucking music, and I don't want to listen to their music, gun sounds, and talk to you. I'd rather listen to my own music and talk to you guys uninterrupted. So they're talking about adding audio and visual options, which I'm assuming is going to be like a slider, so you can control like the music volume or the sound effects volume and things like that, or go ahead and give you like, I want to say they could probably implement like a colorblind mode or something like that into the visual. I'm not sure what the visual options would be, but as far as audio, I know a lot of people who are content creators and live streamers actually want this whole audio visual like slider thing, especially the audio version. Now besides that, the changes are a little irrelevant. They're going to make changes to strikes because there's a lot of strikes that people opt out of. They don't even attempt to do. To think of some off the top of my head, I would never run the Omnivore strike if I had to. Never. I'd rather quit out. If I was just running random rock strikes, I'd rather quit out, go ahead and find a different strike, maybe the Archon Priest, something like that, where it's a little less tedious. I can run through a vast majority of it, as opposed to the Omnigul fight, where if you don't go ahead and watch your P's and Q's, you're going to get your shit pushed in, and it's not any fun. So there's strikes like that where they want to go ahead and figure out why people aren't running it. They want to give you some incentive to stay into strikes like that and have fun. But then the last change they talked about is they want to mess with the ammo in PvP and the Crucible to go ahead and change how it plays, because right now I can get special ammo out the ass. So with the recent shotgun nerf, it's not too bad, but with the fusion rifles being as strong as they are, because they didn't really touch the fusion rifles besides making their spread bigger, I can run around with the Plan C forever, or I can run around with Pocket Infinity forever, because I should never theoretically run out of ammo, because every like 2 seconds, every time I spawn in, there's a special ammo crate. So they want to get away from that and have you actually use your primaries, and they want to make it so heavy ammo doesn't drop as much, just because they don't want it to be an entire clusterfuck whenever heavy ammo drops. So those are all the changes they talked about making, guys. I know this was a little bit of a longer video. Thank you guys if you guys stuck around and watched. If you guys enjoyed this video, wow. Yeah, like I said, night shifts are a bitch. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, a favorite, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys later. Peace.